Hey, it's Lee, and I'm here with another pizza review. First one in quite some time. Uh, this is not going to be great, I'm guessing. I shouldn't be judging a book by its cover, but I bought this pizza at a gas station, so expectations are pretty low. It's my second gas station pizza that I've ever reviewed, and it looks exactly like the other one. The other one was called Premier, and it was made by McCain. This is called Napoli, which I've had a pepperoni version of, and it wasn't great. And it is made by Dr. Utker. So it is not the same thing. It is just a very similar thing. This is a plain cheese pizza. Specs wise, 370 grams, so quite a bit under a pound. Um, we'll take it out of the wrapper, see if it looks kind of half decent. All right, here's the pizza outside of the wrapper, and honestly, it looks a little bit better than I expected. Um, the only concern I have is that I don't know if I can show this properly, but this is actually really quite thick. I would say like at least average, if not above average in terms of thickness. And I looked at the instructions on the back of this, and it said 425 for 11 to 12 minutes, which seems super short to me. So I'm a little bit concerned on that front. I'm going to trust that they've done the math and it works. But just a little concerning. And because of the thickness, even though there seems to be decent cheese coverage, I'm guessing it's going to lack something. That's a lot of crust to cover. So we'll see what happens, but it's looking more promising than I expected. So we'll pop it in the oven and see what it looks like. All right. I've changed the kind of ratio or magnification of this because I felt like the previous one was a little too close up. I think there's a weird thing going on here. My oven always cooks fast, but I cook this the least amount of time possible, and the underside of this pizza is pretty burnt. I don't know if you can see that. And that's the last review I did. I was doing a bistro thing, and I managed to burn it in my microwave. So now I'm really confused with why this is happening to me. I've never had these issues before, so we'll see what happens. This still looks completely edible, but my review might not be 100% fair anymore. So we'll try to cut this. They say you always should push. I think someone gave that tip. I honestly, I find the edge of the pan helps me a lot, so I kind of do whatever feels right. But that actually worked pretty well. All right, so the pizza is cut. Maybe I can show the underside a little bit better now. Ooh, that's hot. Oh, that's not as burnt as I thought it was. Okay, that's going to be fine. In a couple minutes, I will have tasted it, and I will have my review. All right, I have tried this pizza, and I'm ready for the review. It's pretty much exactly what I expected. The cheese is fine flavor-wise, as is the sauce. The crust is actually surprisingly soft. I thought it would be a little bit denser, so that was kind of nice. But the ratios for this pizza are completely off. And the amount of cook that I put on the bottom of this crust was actually quite nice. I don't mind it at all. The crust the amount of toppings on here is about half of what it needs for this thick of a crust. It needs at least twice the sauce. It could use 3 times the sauce and at least twice the cheese. If you were hoping to make homemade pizzas, this could be a nice cheat because it's not an expensive pizza. You could essentially buy this, add your own cheese and some more toppings to it, and probably make it really halfway decent. But as it sits, straight from the grocery store, with even the pepperoni one had a hint more of interest to it. This is not strong. I don't usually dip under 5, and maybe I won't again, though. This will be the weakest 5 I've ever given, but I think I'll give a 5 out of 10. You know what? It might be a 4 out of 10. It's pretty bad. I'm going to go ahead and be brave, and I'm going to say it's a 4 out of 10. Quite disappointing. Yeah. So, yeah, use it as a base for another pizza, but add sauce, add vegetables, add anything. to try to make it more interesting. Definitely more cheese, and maybe it'll be better. I don't know.